Thanks for watching Your Plates Are Mine, where you don't have to be a professional chef to be a star in your own kitchen. I'm your host, David Miller, and I'd like to invite you to spend a little time with us as we meet some great new friends who are going to show us how to make something incredible you're going to want to make at home. We're here in Minnville, Tennessee with my friend and fellow foodie, Debby Boyd. And Debby, thanks so much for having us in.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you sharing one of your special recipes with us today. And give us a little background. This is kind of fun. I heard that you had taken some culinary classes and through the grapevine wanted to get in touch with you and see if you'd cook with us. So
Absolutely.
How did you learn to cook?
Well, I mean, I grew up with a lot of grandmothers going on. We had we had 5 generations when our granddaughters were born. So
wow.
We've got a long line going on, and the good old country cooking. And so I didn't really have to cook a lot because the grandmothers would call and invite me, and I was right there.
Sure.
So really, when I came to Minnville, I guess is when I really took on my interest in cooking. And Teresa Chastain and Greta Minton, my friends, we took culinary classes. And they were at Williams-Sonoma, and we drove to Green Hills for about 6 weeks, and I guess that really sparked my interest, and so now it's become just a fun thing for us to...
Did you enjoy the class? Was it a lot of fun?
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, and it wasn't super highbrow where you had to be Emerald or something in order to go?
Oh, no. Actually, the chef cooked for us, and we mostly watched, but it definitely was... We got to eat our product,
so
that was always nice.
That's always a good part. So it was fun, and a culinary class like that isn't out of kind of the skill range of, say, your average home cook?
Oh, I don't think so. And you get to choose your classes.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you get to choose what menus you want to participate in.
Oh, great. Well, see, that's a fun way to learn how to cook some new stuff. Make some new friends, too.
It was. The traveling time was a lot of good friend time, too.
Yeah, well, that's good. Now, I understand you have some additional education experience on the cooking front?
I took an online cooking class.
Online?
It was through Ashworth College in Georgia. It was a lot of fun. They send you the information, but then you have to take it and, do the recipes and everything and test them out and critique them. Okay. You learn about them. You learn about the history of cooking, how things came to be. And
wow.
It was really interesting. I enjoyed it.
So kind of the study at home option as well.
Exactly.
See, that's... Yes. I like that kind of stuff because it gives people options. Not everybody has a best friend who's a famous chef or a great cook, and not everybody's going to want to drive all the way to Franklin to take a class, so there's some other options online. Or you can watch the show.
Exactly.
Even better. Well, speaking of learning a lot, what are we making today?
We are going to make pizza today.
Pizza, all right.
It's a fun little version of Pear bacon pizza.
Pear bacon pizza. So this isn't just a regular slop some sauce on, throw on some cheese pizza. This is some gourmet action today.
Yes, that's a good word.
Right. Well, since we're making bacon pear pizza, we're going to need some bacon, which we're going to start with first because we can have it cooking while we're making the crust.
Right. We want it nice and crisp so that we can just chop it up, put it on the topping.
All right.
All right.
What are we doing?
Okay. We're going to open up our bag.
You always use the thick cut?
I like to use the thick cut. So we'll open up that. Let me get a towel. And we're going to actually coat that in brown sugar and chili powder, but I do like to coat a broiling pan with some tin foil, and then I'll spray it. Let's try that. There we go. Oh, nice. Okay, I want all that.
Now, why do you use the foil in the pan?
The bacon grease will drip, and I don't enjoy cleaning that pan at all, but it also keeps the grease away from the bacon, so that makes it...
So you get a crispier, non-greasy...
Right.
Such that it is bacon.
Yes.
Which I guess is important. Which I guess is important when you're doing something like a pizza, where you don't want a lot of extra grease soaking into the crust and making it soggy.
Yes.
Oops. I'll hold that.
Okay, I think
so you didn't have enough hands.
Well, and you're only supposed to use 1/4 of a cup, but I like all that delicious sweet goodness, so I add a little extra.
All right.
If we need more, we can put that more. And then a little sprinkle of chili powder.
And this is just a standard chili powder.
Right.
If you like stuff really hot, you could try a different kind, like an ancho or a
Right.
poblano,
Right.
or
If you
what was
wanna
the other one
spice
that
it
they
up a
had?
little.
Serrano, a hotter pepper.
Right. Okay. Spread that out a little bit, and then you take the pieces, and then you just want to coat them.
Just kind of rub them down like you're doing a barbecue rub.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what it reminded me of as well.
And then you just kind of scrape any big clumps off.
Right, right.
All right.
Because it's going to melt to the bacon. Yeah. That's what you say when you eat it, too.
Bacon is always good.
It is. It is. It's kind of like Paula Deen and her butter.
Yeah.
If it's got bacon in it, it's got to be good.
Now, where did this recipe come? Bacon in pears is kind of an odd pairing. Thanks for laughing.
Actually, this is my daughter's recipe.
Aha.
And she recommended this because this is something that she cooks at her house. And so we actually tried it the other day, and oh my goodness, it was a hit.
Wonderful.
Definitely a hit.
That's where I get almost all of my best recipes, is either from doing the show or just talking with people about food and say, what's your favorite thing to make? What's your favorite thing to eat? And
that's how we get
almost
our menu at the
always a winner.
restaurant. That's how we decide what we're eating when we go out, is we ask the waiter what's their favorite thing on the menu.
Yeah.
And they usually don't steer you wrong.
no. Well, they know they're there.
Right.
They've tried it.
Tried it all. Okay. Usually about 6 pieces. So the nice thick bacon, 6 pieces is really enough.
Okay.
So.
Now, the bacon has been rubbed with the brown sugar chili powder combination.
Right.
So now we need to pop it in the oven.
Right.
How long and at what temperature?
We're going in at 425. The oven's already preheated.
425?
About 20 minutes. With
About
the
20
thick,
minutes.
it needs to be crisp.
Okay.
So while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start on the pears, and that way we can douse them in a little lemon juice, and they
Right.
won't turn brown.
There you go.
So let's see. I need to peel off these little stickers.
We got stickers on all our fruit nowadays.
Well, that's the code, you know? That's how they know how to charge you, I guess. Or know what it is. Okay, I'm going to put a little lemon juice in the bowl, and we'll just toss the pears.
So the lemon juice isn't really to add flavor to it, it's to keep it from turning brown.
Mostly, yes. Although when I do apples, I like to do them with the lemon juice because it gives them a really tart flavor.
Okay.
And it keeps them from turning brown, yes, but I also enjoy the flavor that it gives it too.
Oh, all right. So you'll soak them just a little bit longer with that. All right.
Yeah. And while they're waiting for everything else to finish, we'll let them soak in the lemon juice. And probably 3 will be enough.
Yeah. Unless we're making a really big pizza.
Yeah. You catch this other knife, and we'll slice down the center and get the core out. And we'll...
All right. Simple enough. Just slice them, core them, and then you're cutting them in little wedges.
Little, yes.
Yeah, if you don't like the dark spots, cut them out. If you don't care, leave them in. It's your pizza. We can make it any way you want.
That's true. This one's a little more firm than the other ones were. I like them a little softer. So you just want to give this a little toss. Coat them really good, and then we'll set that aside.
All right. Easy enough. Pears are just going to marinate, I guess, a little while.
And let's start on our dough.
Ah, yes. Must have pizza dough.
Let's see, we'll slide this to the side for the time being. And I've already spooned up some flour. Gonna have to go to the recipe here for a second.
All right.
Let's see, we need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I have discovered a wonderful yeast. You want to scoop that in? Sure. Do you
yeah,
wanna,
yeah, I made a mess already.
You want to scrape it off? It needs to be level. Baking is a little more tricky than just regular cooking. I found some pizza yeast.
Ah,
yes.
You were telling me about that.
Makes all the difference.
It really does make a big difference.
It does. It sure does. 3 cups of flour, already measured.
And that was all-purpose flour.
All-purpose flour, yes. I'm going to put the water in the microwave for about a minute. It needs to be about 125.
Okay, so you need warm water, but not
not
hot water.
No.
Okay.
So it needs to be about 125 to work the yeast. So I'm going to snip that off. If you want to pour that in.
All right, just add that to the flour.
Just add that to the flour. Let's see.
Easy enough.
We're going to pour up a little olive oil in here. Buying all new stuff makes it hard to get this stuff out. Can you get that out?
Yep, thank you. Little teamwork.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to toss that into the bowl for us. Okay, and we need a teaspoon of salt. So if you want to toss in a teaspoon of salt.
And this is just regular table salt.
We need a tablespoon of white sugar.
White sugar, okay. There we are.
Okay, and I'm going to get the whisk and let you incorporate everything.
Mix all that together.
And also, we're going to add some garlic. You could chop your garlic if you wanted, and you'd have little chunks in it. I prefer the powder in the dough. You could sort of chop it on top if you wanted to, but in the dough it incorporates better, I think, as a powder. So we'll just whisk that together.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like the garlic will be, when you bite into that dough and you have a little chunk of relatively raw garlic, it's kind of a surprise.